It looks
like you're holding up.
Yeah, it looks like I'm holding a lid. Like, it's so weird. Oh shit. Hey, I'm sweating from you. You can win, Jesse. You can win.
Run, Jesse.
Run, Jesse. Run. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Stop playing music.
Thank you, Google. We like you, Google. But nothing.
No,
Rude fucker.
I don't think it was a command.
So you only tell it what to do.
Yeah, it's
you
like
can't get. Oh, hey Google, nice voice. Oh, thank you very much.
No random comments. It won't accept random random givebacks or whatever.
I read somewhere where they think that like things like Google and Alexa are making our kids rude.
Oh, something's not happening here. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
I read somewhere that
No, that like the Google and Alexa and stuff like that is making our kids rude, because when they want something,
They just asked
they
for
say
it.
Google does not. There is no like doesn't get attached with a please or a thank you or to be nice. And so you go to a restaurant, it's like give me a glass of water.
yeah,
Like, wait a second.
that makes sense. That makes tons of sense. I mean, the as it goes, it becomes normal, right?
Right, it becomes
and then
normalized,
it becomes
and then-
regular, and that's
Right.
like, please. What do you mean?
Exactly.
What's this please
Yeah.
you speak of? Huh?
What are
Very
these
interesting.
words?
What are these words?
You gotta have some old guy like going through like archives.
There was a word please,
That was
and they used to say it when. You ever see the Book of Eli?
yes,
Fantastic.
it was
movie.
good. Yeah, really
Because
good.
I'm sorry. It really speaks to a lot of that lost world, and Gary Oldman was just awesome in that movie.
He was.
Those fucking Michael Kors glasses he had were amazing. I scoured the earth for those things. I wanted those fucking
They
shades.
probably just made him for the damn movie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm mixing two Gary Oldman movies. He just plays an awesome villain. I love
He does,
him.
yeah.
I love him as the villain.
It's just a snarky smile. Never like over imposing, but like he has that like that layer
Yeah.
of evil that he's just there.
cynical almost.
Yeah, it's
Like,
almost. It's like, well, I can be nice,
Right.
and I'm gonna try, but at the same time, when I get the opportunity, I'm gonna cut your fucking heart out.
Yeah, he has the what you call the order of out of chaos kind
Yes.
of character. Every one of them is
Yeah.
always I have to do this for mankind to
Right,
exist.
right.
Like if I don't do this, we're fucked. We're gonna die.
Right, he's not just like loopy. He's like
No, he's just not. Yeah.
he thinks his plight is a bigger plight and whatnot. But no, Book of Eli was a good movie.
Yeah, he put some cat oil on you.
That was a funny scene. No, I got some cat oil. What? Cat oil?
And he did it so convincing.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about Denzel before. He was just
Yeah.
such a marvelous character.
Greatest.
One
The
of
GOAT.
yeah, he's definitely. I would call him the GOAT.
The GOAT. I think when you talk about great American actors,
Yeah.
I don't think you can get to 5 without mentioning Denzel Washington.
And I saw an interview with him. Maybe it was like a meme or a snippet type of thing, and someone's interviewing him, and she says, why couldn't a white actor or a black director or actor, do the movie? And he
I know
says
what you're
it's
talking
culture,
about.
not color.
It's culture, not color. Right, and he
that
made the example of
Schindler's List
Schindler's
versus,
List. Yeah, because he said Martin Scorsese could have directed Schindler's List,
Right.
And Steven Spielberg could have directed Casino,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
But,
right.
but that's so appropriate. Like that is so much on point and target. Like the thing that somebody has to ask that is the problem. Like if you I mean we know this. I mean, well, I guess maybe people don't know it. Maybe this young lady who was interviewing was just so naive and did not have the
I think we know it,
Yeah.
but then we have to attribute it to everything.
Yeah.
So, why are you fucking up in school?
Right.
Becomes another question.
Right.
And then you want to start blaming somebody else.
It's culture, not color.
And so maybe you can start looking at the culture and saying, well, maybe we're not, maybe we're a culture that doesn't value these things.
Yeah.
the way we should. We want somebody else to value it.
Value and validate it too,
Right.
and then tell us what it is. So I
Right.
think that we just found our theme for today. It's culture.
It's culture,
Not color.
Not color. There was another interview he did which he was talking about like how people are like,
empathy. It was like all about like
no, it
love
wasn't.
and
It was.
empathy.
It had to do with incarceration.
Oh,
Like people, being incarcerated, and I'm getting this quote wrong, I know, but
Yeah.
it was on the line of, he says, "Is the system rigged against us? Yes, but we don't have to help it. Nobody's locking up 6 and 7-year-olds,
right.
So at some point you have to do your part to make
Yes.
sure that you are not part of that batch that gets thrown in, and now your life is messed up and you become another statistic and stuff like
That's
that.
deep. That's so deep.
But you ain't got to help it.
You ain't
And
gotta
he
help
said the
it.
reason why he's reached a certain level of success, and a lot of his people who are still in the hood in Mount Vernon,
Yep.
where a lot of his friends got locked up and stuff like that. And he said the difference was that he said he had a father. He had two parents. He had two parents who he said, no, you're going to school. No, you're reading this book. No,
Yeah.
you're going to church.
Yeah.
And, he says his other friends didn't have that.
Yeah, it's culture, not color. Well, good morning.
Hey, good morning. And this is a legit morning. Every
This
time we
is-
say good morning,
yes,
it's like
it's always
12:15,
afternoon.
12:30.
This is a legit
morning.
Well, we sped up the process. We pushed the clock a little forward.
Got shit to do.
Got shit to do. Two Bros Podcast, episode 67.
Dot.
67 dot.
67
It's
episodes.
culture,
Wow.
not color.
67 episodes.
67 episodes.
Wow.
I saw Kevin chime in. Did you see Kev?
Yes, I
calendar?
did.
And he said by Thursday he would confirm, and no confirmation.
And no
He did not.
confirmation.
So Kevin, you're slacking, you Barbasian.
That's your culture.
Not your culture, not your color. I always remember Kevin to be Barbados. Like everything was like and I was like, ooh, this magical place of Barbados. So, like I had not been there.
Yeah.
And he would talk about Barbados like
Yeah.
it was
Gleamingly.
like it was Asgard.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it was like-
Streets paved of gold. All the
my
women
God.
have firm breasts.
Yes, and I did have the pleasure of going to Barbados one summer. Took the family and JetBlue Vacations. Shout out to JetBlue Vacations. We're not been paid for this, but we should be. They have these awesome JetBlue Vacations that like you click on it and subscribe to it, and it was like $5.99 per person. All inclusive at the Mango Resort in whatever, and I was like,
Okay.
all right, this shit is bullshit. But
It's got to be.
but
yeah.
JetBlue gave it some accreditation, so I was like, all right, it's through JetBlue, so it's booked.
So it's gotta be right.
It's gotta be somewhat legit,
Some legit, right.
And we went for $5.99 a piece, and we had an amazing time at the
Nice.
Mango all inclusive
Barbados.
Barbados.
Okay.
But so every time we go out of town, I love to explore. I get out
Yeah.
early. I do my 6 o'clock in the morning
You
morning
stretch
run.
the boundary of
Yeah, I just want to see where we are.
Right,
I just want to get
right.
my bearings and just kind of go a little bit further than the resort and see what's going on. So oddly enough, I threw my bucket hat on and I had my my Street Equities fatigue shirt on.
I think you told me this story. I
Yeah.
think you did. I think you might have. I can't remember.
I've said this story several times, and a fucking military jeep just
Yeah.
whoop, yam, bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And they were like, you impersonating military? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in flip flops and fucking. And it was because I had a fatigue
You had a
shirt
fatigue
on.
shirt on.
And it said Street Equities in glitter. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
what fucking impersonation of a police officer am I doing? And he made me take it off. In the street. Thank God I had a tank top on, or my flabby flubs would be all over the fucking place. And I took it off, mumbling under my breath, like, yo, you motherfuckers think y'all tough for y'all got the machine gun. What you say, boy? Nothing, motherfucker. Take that shit. And cumbersomely took my shirt off.
Look, shit changes
walked
when
back
you're
to-
in a jeep with a machine gun and a bunch of your friends.
Oh.
So
I was like, comply. Like
it
I was
would have
like,
been interesting if you were in a jeep with a bunch of your friends, and that would have been an interesting conversation. No, let me not say that because
It would be fatal.
A couple people would have been shot and it would have been an
it would be-
incident. So that's so glad you made it back.
Yeah, it was fun. So departing tomorrow, we fly out to Miami. I have to pick my wife up. They went to a wedding in Atlanta.
Okay.
Some friends, and I was like, look,
Sorry. I was about to say something, but
Say it.
no, I was gonna say she's in Atlanta. Why not just?
aha,
Why not,
we said the same thing.
You could like
Puddle jump.
to Miami and
You know, they
get
got
up there.
wedding clothes, like, we're going on a cruise.
Okay, all right,
And so she's
Well,
like, look, my suitcase is full with this. I got to come back anyway. And,
all right.
would have been the same cost. You still got to take a flight somewhere. You can't.
Yeah.
So just 200 back and then 200 going. You still got to do it. So,
All right.
anyway. And that trip was booked way before, no, actually, this trip was booked way before. The other one was kind of like a, hey, pop-up shop.
Okay.
But more importantly, I told the bride and groom, you should have been on this cruise with us.
Mm-hmm.
It would have had a kick-ass time for your honeymoon. Because it's fucking 20 of us hanging out,
Right.
in the Bahamas. And they was like, no, we're going to Vegas. I was like, you're going to fucking Vegas in July? In July. We have cooked an egg on the floor in Vegas.
You can.
We did. We did it.
You can. Vegas is another place, as we talked about how Kev like gleamingly speaks of Barbados.
Yeah.
Vegas is another one of those places where like it looks beautiful when it's dark, but then in the morning when you turn the lights on, it's like, Jesus, do these people have a place to live?
Right.
Who are these and where'd this woman come from?
Right.
And Vegas is fucking filthy. The strip is horrible.
Yeah. Nighttime, it does look nice.
despicable.
The
when the lights are on and everybody's
Yeah.
gleaming, everybody's dressed up, everybody's looking nice, everybody's
Yeah.
trying to do that thing or whatnot. So everything looks great.
When you get this in the morning with the lady cleaning up and she like, what do you want, honey?
That's all. It's one of those things where like we're gonna put the good face on, but
Vegas is 48 hours. Like you could do Vegas like 48 hours.
you shouldn't do Vegas for more than 48 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
48 hours is max. The other 24 is to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Like you leave.
Yeah,
You're not
get out.
gonna. I mean, unless you're going there with $1 million to make $2 million, you're not gonna. If you're not high rolling, like the only people that do pennies and coins don't make you rich. I mean,
No,
no,
they
just ding ding
No,
ding
they
ding
don't. No,
ding
they
ding
don't.
ding.
Look, even the high rollers who come in there on their private jet and they're gonna gamble money away.
Yeah, they get calm.
They know that they're gonna lose $1 million.
Yeah, that's what
on
I'm
their
saying.
shit. They do it for
Jeez.
the visual. They do it for the chance of maybe I'll make $1 million and stuff like that.
For
they
the-
get
for the-
they
for
get
the thrill?
comped. Yeah, the thrill of it. They get comped. They get treated like royalty when they go there.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's more of the allure of what people go there for.
Yeah.
They love that life of the, hey, I'm a big player.
like you think that, yeah, like you kind of like for like a moment you kind of like exist on the same plane as that high roller for like that brief moment in time. You guys are in the same. You guys are occupying the same amount of space and time
Right.
and stuff. And then you diverge on and do your shit, and you're wondering why the buffet costs so much. And this guy's he's got his choice of hooker to take to take into the room.
Well, it's like
it's a different diversion.
well, like you said, high rollers ain't at the buffet. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
High rollers have 5-star steaks delivered up to their room, and you chew half of it. You just
Yes, sir.
hey, fuck that.
That's good.
Let's go.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Here, you have this.
Right. You go to the buffet and you standing and you're doing the.
Just doing the. They gonna bring out more shrimp. All they got up here is salad. What the?
No, you know what the buffet is always. That's funny. The buffet is always the. Where'd you find that? Like someone else walks by
With some shit that you ain't never seen.
and you're like, I just walked this whole fucking place. Where'd you get that? And you're looking at the guy and he's like all happy and jolly and
Oh,
shit.
just
Over one of the station. The station. You fucking scour the station looking
Right,
over and it's
right.
like.
Yeah, it's like an event. It's
It
like
is
it's
an
like a
event.
sport. It's like a.
I mean, but there is a buffet etiquette. I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, there's other etiquette where you wait in line.
right. You should
You
wait.
should wait. You should kind of peruse first. Like you should browse first.
Take a look at
You
what.
should
Right.
go around and then come back and then pick your. And took me fucking 20 some odd years later to realize that you don't have to pack it all on now. You can go back.
You can go back.
You can go back, and I just do the hoard, and then you get this whole pile of mush, you know, and you're just mashing everything together and salmon mixed.
Well, that's gonna play when you go on your cruise.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna get your opportunity to
gorge at the buffet
and live that.
Yeah,
Didn't live that. You gotta pick one, but you gotta. This when I've gone on cruises, I've made it a point to say, okay, yes, you can eat and drink anything you want, but you gotta have like one. Like I picked one meal of the day in which I was not going to do anything. So one meal a day is gonna be just a nice huge salad,
fruits,
and just make sure that's in there.
Yeah.
So that, and so hopefully, like the next meal, rather than get that second steak, I'll just say, no, I'm good.
Yeah, guilty. Because you pay your money and you like, you know what, I'm getting my money's worth. And then there's always fucking Johnny Rockets, right? They have Johnny Rockets on the cruise. And it's so cheap. It's like $2, like $2 or $3 for like a burger and fries and stuff, and then the drink is like $8, and it's like a milkshake is fucking $8. God damn it!
You gotta make the money somewhere.
Gotta make the money somewhere, and then they charge it to your card. But then you treat yourself. You call yourself treating yourself to Johnny Rockets.
The Johnny Rockets, which you can go to anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah. Anytime you want Johnny Rockets.
Right.
I'm waiting for there to be. Has there ever been like a McDonald's on a cruise? Like a McDonald's or a Burger King. Or something like that. I'm very curious to see what would happen.
I've been on. I mean,
I'm very curious to see like if that were to happen. Like if your very like everyday standard fast food was there.
Yeah.
What kind of attention would they get?
I think a lot. I think people would go. Like, well, there's the Starbucks.
The Starbucks
on
is
the
always
cruise.
packed.
It's packed.
My wife just everywhere we go, she like looks for the Starbucks. When we went to Greece, she was so happy to see a Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're in Greece. We can get
cafe coffee.
Coffee
like,
anywhere.
Right.
Why are we going to Greece?
My wife
We're
is
in
like,
Greece.
she sees the Dunkin Donuts, it's like,
It's that familiarity.
Yeah, the familiarity. Familiarity.
Yeah.
Familiarity.
You ever had Greek coffee?
No.
Greek coffee.
Except for the Greek guys at the Greek Key Coffee.
Yeah, no. Like
That's not Greek coffee?
in Greece.
No,
in Greece. It's almost like burnt.
Oh.
Yeah. It's almost like you have to have.
I don't know if I like that.
To have,
you like that?
No.
No.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Right.
It'll give you a jolt.
Bitter.
But I remember,
Bitter.
It's bitter.
Bitter, yeah.
And I remember I went to a place, got some, and that's what was my knee jerk reaction. Oh, this is kind of bitter. It tastes kind of burnt. Maybe it's just this place. To a couple other places, and it tastes the same. I was like, oh shit, is this like what Greek coffee is? And I talked to a guy who owns a coffee shop in Manhattan, and I told him this, and he said, yeah, Greek coffee is when they make Greek coffee. Yes, it's going to be on the bitter side.
So probably brew it longer. Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe they brew it longer.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Thicker.
Oddly enough, the Greek Key Coffee, the paper cup, is Greek coffee. I mean,
Standard.
mud. I mean,
Yes.
that's mud. That's city mud, rather than city gin.
Oh, the city mud is great though.
City mud is great.
City mud is great.
It will make you shit though if you know if you're not
If you're not paying attention.
Yeah, if you depends on what you ate prior, earlier, or
Right.
whatever else, and you know, like this coffee. I mean, I didn't taste this one yet, but I just had some Bustelo, which is my favorite, and mixed with some Irish cream, just to get myself leveled off because drinking till fucking 3 a.m. this morning, and Summer is catching. Summer is definitely catching me by surprise. And it's like I said, it was so many funerals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was around the way at Majestic Funeral Home, which is at the corner of Liberty and Farmers.
Okay.
By the Rock. And same guys on the corner. Same guys. Bros still out there. I'm not gonna name names. But they're holding down the fort, man. It's like, damn, you guys will not leave.
Won't leave, will you?
Won't leave. Weird. But it's changed so much. I mean, the
It's been a
neighborhood.
while since I've been there.
Yeah, it just looks small now. It used to be. It used to be our Asgard. It was so.
Yeah.
It was a playground. It was Richardson's here, Slim's, and
Yeah.
now it's like it's right there. Like that's it. Like I could put one hand here and one hand here.
I think the biggest, well, you've probably changed more than that place has
Correct.
changed.
This is the Holden Caulfield's Catcher in the
Right.
Rye theme. Is what's so different about every time you go
To go,
away.
yeah,
It's you.
you're the difference. You're the difference. All of a sudden, like you said, the corner just ain't like, it's like, oh, that's just right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just right
Oddly
there.
enough,
That
these-
building is that small?
Right.
Shit.
Oddly enough, the characters, unfortunately, seem like they don't want to change, and they just like if they leave, someone's gonna come in and take the town over.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it.
Well, that's a comfort in their existence.
Yeah,
You know.
true.
Like there's another. We speaking about Denzel Washington. Morgan Freeman had this. He was on this interview, and then somebody was telling him. He said, "Yeah, people tell him, hey man, yeah, I just I'd love to make changes in my life, but I can't. I can't get out of here." Morgan Freeman said, "Man, the bus runs every day.
Yeah,
It's true. There's not a day when a bus out of here doesn't leave.
Yeah,
You just gotta have the guts to get on it."
yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Because people out of their comfort zone. I mean, very seldom do people like just embark.
Yeah.
Go out and explore. And again, it's
Listen,
culture, not color, right?
It's
always
listen.
people
It's
get
hard to be in
scared.
an environment in which you're not comfortable in.
Yeah.
Because you have to surrender
Yeah.
to things. You
Yeah,
know.
and you got to do what when in Rome, do as
Right.
the Romans do.
You got to surrender a little bit, and you
that's
got to,
true.
you don't know, so sometimes you need a little bit of guidance. Sometimes you got to walk on blind faith. Sometimes you got to, you got to rely on some. We said this before. The basics go a long way. So if you have a basic foundation of being a decent human being, regardless of where you are, you should be able to be okay.
Yeah, you should. Be able
nobody's
to
gonna cook you and
maneuver.
eat you.
Right.
you know?
You should be able to maneuver.
Like when I went to Bagel Boss, nobody slaughtered me because I forgot this was a kosher place. And right, exactly. So when I asked for that bacon, egg, and cheese,
Right.
nobody said, "Hey,
This fucking place is kosher.
get your heathenist ass out of here."
So speaking of that, and I said I'll hold my comments for the show. I went to in the same area because it's a big Jewish community here, and the Dunkin Donuts is kosher.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what a mistake this is. Because I ordered a wake up wrap.
Okay.
Picked Casper up from his grooming appointment. Going away a week. We said get a guy a haircut. He's nice and cool. And I ordered through the app, which is normal.
Right.
And it actually picks the location closest to you.
Okay.
Now, and I don't like this because I like my home one.
Like the one, right?
Yeah, because if I'm here, I'm on the way there, and I want to pick it up and get on the train and do whatever.
Gotcha.
But this one picked and I said, "Oh, I'll go to that one," and I totally forgot it was kosher. And I got a wake up wrap, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get the smoky bacon sriracha with the egg on a wrap, which is less carbs than that big fluffy bagel, which was so good."
You like that bagel?
Huh? That
like
one
that
that we
bagel?
just had?
Oh, the one that we just. I thought you meant the one at Dunkin'
No,
Donuts.
not that. No,
Oh, okay.
no. I hate the Dunkin' Donuts. No, that one was amazing.
Yes.
That bagel was real. It was like cooked.
real.
Like someone made it.
Made by Jews.
Yeah. And they put this pink striped meat with. I don't know what the fuck this
It's probably
was.
soy. It's.
It was. First of all, my glasses are always dirty, and I swore that I was having a fucking seizure, because I saw this pink fucking strip. Mind you, it had the audacity to have the fat part, like the light pink and dark, like
Okay.
like striae. I mean, you know what I mean, like
So it's
like marble,
had different textures. Okay,
marble.
I
You
see
know
what
the
you're saying.
marbling, like
Uh-huh.
how bacon is fat and meat mixed in. It was like this. It was Franken. It was totally Franken bacon, and I was like, "What is this?" And the girl goes, "It's bacon," and I was like, "That's not bacon." It was all pink. It was red, and I'm looking, and no one seems to fucking. I'm having a conniption here. I'm fucking fucked up, and I'm like, wait a minute, am I fucked up or is everyone else? And they was like, what's wrong with this guy? He's complaining about the veggie bacon. It was like a veggie bacon,
Yeah.
soy type,
veggie or
product.
soy or something
Some
like that.
plant-based product
Yeah.
or whatever else, which is okay. I get it, but did you think you should fucking tell somebody? And she's looking at me like, this is a kosher Dunkin' Donuts, right? Big K on the outside. I was like, oh, call it kosher donuts.
Kosher donuts.
Not Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' is the fucking shit from the menu. And mind you, I ordered it. I have it. It's on my app. It's a favorite.
Yeah.
I just press my favorite. Boom. I get a wrap and a cold brew. When they hand this pink thing, I saw her putting it in the thing.
So
And I was like,
fuck
oh,
did she
somebody's
just
getting
put
some bullshit. And she just hands me, it's like, this is yours.
This is your bullshit.
I'm like, oh, what is that? And swear up and down, this girl looked at me like I had two heads and was like, you don't know that this is like, what are you doing here if you don't know? I didn't know. And I threw it out.
Oh, you threw it out?
Yeah.
Didn't give it a shot?
Oddly enough, and I should have done the right thing. I should have. I made such a scene already that I thought if I went back in, it'd be just because it was cold. I threw it out because it was cold. The center was cold, and they use this microwave, and oddly enough, a few days prior to that, I was at another Dunkin Donuts because I was running errands, and it did the same thing. It took me to another one. Oh, it's close by here. Oh, I'll go to that one. I don't usually go to that one, but and I go in, and the guy says, "Hey, man, I just rebooted the oven." What? And he said, "You got about 37 seconds before I can make your food because it's got to reboot."
He had to reboot the oven. Okay.
And I'm like, "This thing has like it's a computer." It's what he was like. "Oh, listen, man, I don't own the place, man. I just work here." And he's like, and he shows me. He's looking at it's got a screen, touch screen, and it's counting down. And it's like beep, 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 and I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I just wanted to grab something and go, and
you couldn't wait 37 seconds.
No. I got so pissed off at the idea that you couldn't help me. You couldn't. I just got pissed off.
But that's not. He wasn't not helping you.
No, it wasn't him. I was not pissed off at him. I was pissed off at why am I here? Like, why am I doing this? This is just pure utter laziness and.
So you got upset at yourself.
Yes, that's what it was. I was mad at myself for being so like I had to have.
Like you had to have it on the way. And
my coffee, whatever else.
And are you really hungry? Are you really?
All of the above. You're 100% right.
So and I'm really hungry.
And I'm so glad I didn't. Well, I went to Felicia's over here, which is bagels by me, right around the corner.
Those bagels are good.
They're good. Yeah. They make really good bagels, but
they make their bagels there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do cook them in the back. It's a bakery, and for some reason, this place I try to make it myself. It doesn't come out. I get a peanut butter and jelly on a everything bagel, and it is fucking a toasted everything. It's so fucking good. It's just peanut butter and jelly. I mean, classic. But on everything, you get that salt, sweet with the and it's just fucking great. So that was my pink meat.
That's beautiful.
It's culture, not color.
It's culture. That's right. It's
that was a fucking that color was fucked up. And then I guess it was the culture that because they're kosher, that's their culture. So it's culture, not color. So it fits in, right?
Speaking of culture, did you see? First of all, there's like 1,000 Democrats who want to be president.
Yeah.
Now, did you
like
see that the first one, like everybody was speaking Spanish?
I saw the one guy with the, and I'm not gonna hug him. He just.
Well, one guy is.
He swore up and down that he would not change his vernacular because he's Hispanic or whatever, and that was like his thing. I'm gonna speak for the Spanish Americans or for Latinos. But go ahead, please stop.
No, I just thought it was interesting that like there's 3 dudes. One of them was Cory Booker.
Cory Booker speaks Spanish?
Cory Booker, he's a fluent Spanish speaker.
Really?
Yeah. Decided that they were going to speak in Spanish. Okay, fine. You've demonstrated you can speak Spanish.
Right.
But what about the people who speak English?
Yeah.
Like is it wrong to require people who are going to live in the United States?
Yeah.
You got to speak English. It would be great if you spoke English and Spanish. If you can speak multiple languages,
Yep.
that's fantastic.
Yep.
You will benefit in an immense amount of ways.
Yeah. Huge upside.
The amount of businesses you can do.
Yeah, huge upside.
Stuff like that. Huge upside.
Yeah.
But everybody should be speaking English.
I would agree.
And if you don't speak English, you should be learning how to speak English because that's the tongue here.
It's the lay of the land.
That's what it is.
When in Rome, speak Roman, right? You can't. So, when you go travel out of the country, and you're in Italy or Spain or somewhere else, and you're mad that they don't speak English. Nobody fucking speaks English here. No, dickhead, because you're in fucking Spain. So
get it through your fucking head,
right? So So you have to, learn the lay of the land. Oh, Benyo, you got to know where the bathrooms, where the shitters
I
are.
remember the time when I was in the military. I spent my first 2 years in the military in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
We would go out to places and you. This is where I learned what an ugly American was. Because we would go out to spots and there was some of us who would attempt to say a few words in Japanese. You'd learn a couple words and you'd say whatever.
Konnichiwa or whatever, the basics.
Some guys wouldn't do, but most of the people, especially when you're like near the base, speak their fair share of English.
Okay.
But then, like you said, when you go somewhere, you want to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
So we would go out into other places that weren't so close. And there were these people who would say just that, who would just say, how come these fuckers don't speak English? And then we'd say, nigga, you in Japan.
Yes.
They speak Japanese. Go figure.
Yeah. Who came up with this crazy
Yeah,
concept?
exactly.
But it just yeah. So there's no difference of that to America, and or especially the big cities, But the melting pot, everybody gets so confused that it should be the tongue of the land.
Yes.
And then anything extra is a bonus.
Right.
So if you can communicate, great. Now I was a big I was big on that even in elementary school, and I was constantly screaming, I'm a fucking American. Like, I don't need to speak another language.
Right.
And I did not know the value of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, like you just said, it's so great if you can, and if they just told you that it can enhance your travel. You could have a better time, going in different neighborhoods. But if you are like these guys on Farmers who will never leave,
right.
I don't fucking need to know shit. I go to that store.
I barely speak English.
Right. Yeah. You guys don't got, the Walmart and all that thing is like a thing. Like, you got to go all the way to Long Island for the Walmart? Nah, I'm going to fucking the bodega. Like, that's your supermarket, like key food.
Right.
That's it. Like, you've never seen a big fucking...
Never seen a big warehouse type thing,
yeah.
like where you can get something.
Right.
Spend a little bit less money. And,
yeah.
Stuff like that.
Weird. Weird. But that's, like you said, the ugly American. But again, that falls in line. It's culture, not color. You travel the world and you expect them to get to you.
Right, exactly.
To appease you.
Right.
Who the fuck are you? You fucking American. That's what you get from you filthy fucking American.
Right.
It's just so presumptuous. How dare you? You just think everything's about you.
Everything should be about you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Anthony Bourdain, rest his soul. Like,
yes.
Because he would sort of like, this is how you have to travel as a traveler.
Yes.
Like you have to, in some ways, sort of kneel to whatever that pervasive culture is. Yeah. Some shit we disagree with, but if you want to be a decent traveler, you kind of have to do things the way they do things. Now you shouldn't die for it. If the thing was, yes, in this culture we trade wives. Okay, no, I'm not going to participate.
I'm going to take no.
I'm going to take a no on that one.
Take a no on that one.
No, like in some places, like in some places, they frown upon you if you pour like if you have like a bottle of wine or something like that.
Huh.
It's frowned upon if you pour for yourself.
Really?
You should never pour for yourself. You should always pour for somebody else.
Huh?
You should so if you're low, don't grab the bottle and pour your own wine. If you see somebody is low, then you pour and that's for them, and somebody will pour
for you.
I
didn't know this.
Yeah, I think like Korea is like that. There's some places in the the Far East are like that. Like you don't pour for yourself.
I was in a Margaritaville in Manhattan one day, and a stranger, whatever. Getting drunk, guys. Woo! What you guys do? Oh, you have to, yeah. Hey, look at these guys around. Blah blah blah. This and that. And he was just gone. He was gone. But he paid for all the drinks. They just said, "Nah, these guys are just love that. Like, yeah, get everybody. All right, yeah, me. I'm having this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." And he I was working at the Crown Plaza, and we used to take the bags of pistachios and stuff because they were near expiring, right? So he was like, "Yeah, we need to get some food in here. We need to, I'm hungry. We got to soak up this liquor or whatever else." And my buddy goes, "Hey, I got some nuts. You want some?" He's like, "Yeah, come on, woo!" And
So you bring the expired shit that you were gonna throw out.
well, no, we weren't gonna throw it out. We would eat. It was good
You
enough.
eat
Good enough for us, not
Uh-huh.
good enough for the custom. You know, the people pay $8 for a little bag of pistachios, and they're from Dina DeLuga and whatever. And this fucker takes the whole bag. So we're like, wait, you're supposed to fucking crack these things and eat the
so
pistachio.
you apparently don't know what pistachios are.
That motherfucker said, I've traveled the world. Where you from? Somebody hands you food, you eat it. That's it. Don't question nothing. Eat it. Monkey balls, eat it.
Well, you might have to peel the monkey balls.
I said, yo, it's a shell. It's a fucking bag. I don't know. Buddy gave it to me. I ate it. I think it was like, just chewing fucking I was like, dude, you're gonna have shards.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna have shards of fucking, and he just, I didn't. I mean, that's the drunk I don't want to be. Like, I don't want to be that drunk where you just fucking eat.
Just eat shit their asses.
What is this?
Yeah. You even ask a question?
Nothing.
You didn't.
I mean, like, you've never seen pistachios before? I would assume once he poured them in his hand.
Right.
Oh, pistachios.
Well, I'm sure there was a conversation. What are these pistachios?
Right.
Hey, you want some pistachios? Like, yeah.
And the guy, my buddy Fredo, he just said, "Hey, by the way, I got some nuts. Oh yeah, bring them on! Woo!" What a guy!
That must have been.
But
a
he
good
bought
morning.
bought a couple of rounds
That
out.
must have been an interesting morning when he takes a shit.
Oh my god, he's gonna have pistachio
Take a
shards.
shit.
I don't know. They probably would dissolve. I don't know. Would they shells dissolve? I don't know.
I don't know, but
I don't want to find out.
I mean, if he did the whole bag, a couple got through.
It was a hefty bag.
A few got through.
The fact that he was still trying to talk eating these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm in machinery
Yeah.
and I travel and you eat it.
Hey, maybe he's got one of those there. Or who knows, man? Maybe his body turned on him. Maybe his body said, "What the fuck is this?
Ooh.
Did this idiot eat pistachio nuts?"
Man.
Hey, block it up. Seal everything up.
Round.
We ain't processing no more shit.
Oh man, what?
We ain't doing no more.
That's fucked up.
Tell the colon, shut down.
Yeah.
We're not doing this anymore. This fucker, he's got to get sick. We got to get him. We got to get him out of
We gotta get
commission.
this guy out of here. We gotta pump his fucking
Start
stuff.
giving him headaches.
I always remember that story of the Rod Stewart pumping semen out of his stomach. This was always like an urban myth, like an urban legend.
Yeah,
right?
like they
pumped a
had
gallon
like
of
12 ounces of semen in his stomach when he
What
died or
fucking
whatever.
Ron Jeremy is shooting in his fucking face that can produce 12 ounces of semen?
Of undigestible semen.
I just always remember that as a kid, like, oh, Rod Stewart, that just get his stomach pumped and semen in his stomach.
I love, you know,
What
when I hear shit like that, my first question is, oh, where'd you hear that from?
Yeah,
And then there's usually no answer.
there's no answer.
Oh, it's they.
They told me.
They said it.
Oh, they got a big book. They
Exactly.
has a whole catalog.
Had a whole catalog of shit that like people did.
Ooh, let's go to the book of they and find out what they said. But speaking of, not they. I saw a couple of movies a couple of days, and we'll get you queued up. You saw my response?
Yes, I did.
Okay, please,
Yes.
whenever you get it, just get it going. I saw 4 good movies that I would like to share.
Okay, please.
I saw Brightburn.
Brightburn.
Yes, it's a story of a family who could not make a baby. It was infertility.
Mm-hmm.
They kept praying. Meteor hits the back of the house in Kansas, and a baby came in a rocket ship.
Okay.
An alien. They decided to keep this creature,
Okay.
and say it must be a gift from God because they've been praying, they've been trying to get pregnant, and let's just take this baby in.
Okay.
It's ours. And he then turns out to be this. The spaceship they kept. It happens to be in the middle of Kansas somewhere,
Okay.
right? Brightburn, Kansas. It's actually, and this kid, as he grows up, like becomes a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the spaceship is in the barn, and the father teaches him. You know, like it's just a regular coming of
Right.
age type of story, and he's teaching him like how to cut the grass and mow the lawn, and the kid is like pulling the lawnmower, and he's like throws the whole fucking lawnmower like across the field, and it's like, oh shit, and you know the wheels are spinning. He stops the wheels. He's like impenetrable, like he's got all these weird powers, you know. And speaking of eating, he's sitting at the table. And now he's like, as he's turning 12 and 13, he's coming of age.
Right.
He's like, and his father thinks
Becoming
it's
his
like,
own person.
his father thinks it's like puberty. So he's like, yo, it's okay. You want to touch your penis, and play with yourself. It's okay. And he was like, now? Do I do it now? Like, he was like, no, not now. What the fuck? And it's like this weird, out hunting with his son and teaching him, all these little things. And it's great. It's a great freak movie, like an alien type of thing. I mean, we've seen this all before, but he kind of spazzes out, like people. He's like a freak. He's like an oddball.
Freak of the
neighborhood. He's pretty savant with it. Like he knows all these. He's the smart guy in class, but the mother of the girlfriend he likes, and she calls him a freak, and they all like turn on him, so he just like terrorizes the whole town. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's
a bright burn.
Bright burn.
Bright burns a look.
Yeah. The second one I saw, I finally got to see my Dumbo, which I was dying to see.
Did you like it?
Amazing.
Okay.
A great family, fun, heartfelt movie.
Okay.
Very well done. I mean, Disney pulls the red carpet out for this stuff. I mean, this.
Okay.
I felt 7. I felt 7 watching this thing. I mean, I was. You know what? Because it's very rare that you find a movie that can play with your emotions in a how can you say that? Not. It's easy to shoot someone in the head and make the head explode and stab them and gore, and it's harder to make someone enjoy, like engulf yourself into it.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Like it pulls at your heartstrings a little bit.
Pulling your tug at your heart a little bit. And Michael Keaton plays the big bad circus ring guy.
Okay.
Which takes in the axe, and Danny DeVito is the circus. He's the small time circus guy that discovers this Dumbo.
Okay.
And what's this other? Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell's in it. I think Hugh Jackman's in it.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman
No,
in it?
Hugh Jackman's not in
Okay.
it. But amazing. I mean, pretty fucking good. I don't want to spoil it for anyone if you're a Dumbo fan. And it was one of those things where like I remember the cartoons of Dumbo and just this whole vaudevillian act with Bongo the strong man and the fat lady, the mermaid, and a whole cast of characters that go save Dumbo. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And really fun.
So you enjoyed it? Okay, cool.
I enjoyed it.
My wife saw it. My wife liked it too.
I really enjoyed
My wife
it.
liked it too.
Like I said, I made me 7, which was.
That's good. It's good to feel.
It's good to feel that way, and I remember turning it off, feeling very satisfied.
You remember? Yeah.
I felt very satisfied watching it. I cut it off, and I was like, I'm going to bed now. Somebody tuck me in.
It's amazing how you can do it, because I just as my son's getting a little bit more rambunctious and he's starting to do things. It's like when he's out, you sort of like live through things the way they see them, and you kind of remember that. Like when a kid sees something for the first time, Miles is 11 months old. When he sees something for the first time and how he looks at it and he's so interested in it and he investigates it, he grabs it and whatnot, you sort of forget that enthusiasm that you have for things.
Yeah.
We put him on a swing the other day and he just had a great time on the swing.
Fucking fantastic.
Exactly. And it's like, oh man, just start looking at
like
things
I go
like that
forward
way.
and go back.
Exactly.
And then I go forward again.
And that's it.
That's it.
He's well, why am I on this swing?
Right.
What does this swing mean?
Right.
Oh, what is this?
I don't want to do this swing anymore.
Yeah.
No, I love it. That's awesome. And then I saw Shaft.
Okay. The newer one?
Yes.
Okay. Now you sound disappointed.
No.
Okay.
No. Because I'm trying to explain it in a way that I liked it.
Okay.
I actually liked it.
Okay.
I really liked it with this kid. What's the kid from Survivor's Remorse? The younger kid.
I don't know.
He plays in the LeBron James show where he's a basketball player, and he's got a contract, and he's a new upcoming.
I probably know him if I see him.
I forgot his name or whatever else. I enjoyed it. Just a little bit. I don't know. The references, the Samuel Jackson stuff, like the flagrant Samuel Jackson.
Okay.
This motherfucker, like it doesn't seem organic anymore because it's like
It's Samuel Jackson.
It's Samuel
Like,
Jackson.
it'll always be Samuel
right.
Jackson.
Like he's playing Samuel Jackson and not John Shaft. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I don't know. And then the old Richard Roundtree's in it as well.
Okay.
So it's all three generations of them. I enjoyed it only because you have to make it fantasy. You have to make it fantasy. But you know the hey, I'm John Shaft. I can fucking break your arm, pull out guns, shoot people randomly. You know, it gets a little weird. But you can't. You gotta remember it's fantasy.
Yeah,
you know?
you do have to. Yeah. Same thing with I saw. I finally saw the full thing of Django Unchained.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always saw like bits and pieces of it.
Oh.
You know, and so the whole thing, and that's exactly the same thing about Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
So even though you're this old and hobbling, you're still the same dude.
Right.
You're still like he'll never be anything else other than Samuel Jackson.
It's true.
Which is, I guess, is good because that's how he gets roles. But it's also like I want to see something different. You're supposed to be an actor, which means that you're supposed to do something different.
Right. You're
He's
typecasted for being Samuel Jackson, and that fits the bill in his cases. I mean, which is he's had an illustrious career doing that. He makes one of those funny references, like I'm tired of these Lawrence Fishburne references. There's enough of this shit already. Like,
did you see the thing where it's a commercial for some, I think it's a commercial for a liquor or something like that, but where everybody blames Samuel Jackson on shit.
Oh no,
it's fucking hilarious. So, oh my goodness, Samuel Jackson, I loved you in whatever. So, oh, thank you very much. But because of that, my kid now says the F word all the time.
F-bomb.
So that ain't my fault.
Yeah, you know, yeah, it's weird. And then I saw Little.
What's Little?
Disappointing. A little disappointing. It's the black female version of Big.
Yes.
That
looked disappointing.
Very disappointing.
That looked disappointing.
Very disappointing for Regina Hall.
No.
Regina Bell. Regina.
No.
What's her name?
No.
Regina something.
Damn it! Why is that escaping me?
She's like the Regina something. Her name is Regina something. She's not the Regina from Boys in the Hood. I mean, from.
Why can't I remember her name? I know exactly. I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know who it is. She's got the show on. And she got the HBO show.
Well, Issa Rae is.
Issa Rae, right? But
Issa Rae
who's Regina?
Regina Hall. Regina Hall is the other girl that plays in all the fucking black movies. She's like the fake little Kim. She played in Scream.
Oh yes. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I know Regina Hall. But
I thought you were talking about Issa Rae.
No, Issa Rae is she's very disappointing in this movie as well. When I love her show, which is great, but I didn't like it. I don't know. It just didn't.
We seem to think that if we just take these movies that apparently we like these movies because we redo them, but if we put different faces on them and if we put a different language and a different culture on them, that they'll be the same thing, but just look different. And no, they won't. They won't.
Well, this is the classic case of culture, not color.
Yeah.
Like it's like Big was big. That wasn't because it was a white guy. It was because that was just a culture.
That was a cultural thing, right?
And
it was new, and we had nothing to compare it to.
Right. I mean, and just to see that magic machine, at the at the fair
at the Coney Island.
Yeah. Take your Arabian Night or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Some toy.
Well, we're doing a lot of that. We are starting to think that like we could just redo some of these things and think that it's so male, so let's like put females in it. Oh, it's so white, so let's put black people in it, and then it'll be more reference to us. And said, no, how about we like create our own shit?
Yeah,
and
then lives are happening, and we're creating a whole dialogue of things.
I really think that we sort of miss the mark. It's sort of like as black people, we want white people to like us.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing our own shit, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. So, when you do your own stuff, it'll bring to you the people who want.
Right, your audience will be.
It will bring you your audience, and hopefully, what will happen is the people on the other side will look at it and say, "Oh, well, that's a very talented person. That's a very, you know." And if they don't, fuck them.
Fuck them. Yeah. I mean, listen. This is so appropriate. I mean, because like this acceptance of it has to appeal to this audience and that's a marketing thing. Like those are people at the boardroom saying,
yes,
we want to sell this many tickets, we want to we want to stream this many times, and the algorithm says if we make them, and this is the tail wagging the dog now.
This is big meat boys in the hood. This is
I mean totally
this is big meats, and what happens is like movies that are original sort of get squelched. Set It Off was a great movie.
Set It Off was amazing.
It was a great movie.
Dope content.
Took a generic idea of the heist film,
yes.
And put very unique characters together,
right?
And told a story.
Yes,
which was a great story.
I agree with what you're saying.
It was
great.
It's a great
analogy.
It didn't follow anything,
right?
But it got squelched because, unfortunately, we
wanted to see something.
We wanted somebody else to have. We didn't want to put our money in for it. We didn't want to support it the way it could have been supported.
Yeah.
It's probably more popular in redo. What am I trying to say? Like it wasn't as popular out when it was out in the theaters,
right?
As it became in like
it's a cult.
It has a cult following.
It's a cult following. Like you set it off. There's references. There's Jada Pinkett and all those. What's the name? Latifah.
Dead Presidents was another one.
Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents was a great movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
And it took that.
It took my fucking leg. With Kirby, with fucking.
But it took that. It took a generic story that we can understand.
Mm-hmm.
A dude struggling after he did his time, coming from the war.
Yep.
The heist film.
Yes.
Which is another heist film. But then it added it because of where it was set and because of the people involved. It added that cultural element to it, to which you didn't have to explain shit.
Yeah.
You just took it for what it was.
Yeah, true. The town is like that as well.
The one with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
That's another good movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Now you transpose the culture. You had a Boston Irish culture of poverty.
The Southie. Yes.
Yeah, these guys were fucking thugs. I mean, they were, I really love the appropriation of culture there, and that could not have been told by a black director from L.A. That couldn't have been the Hughes brothers. It couldn't have been that.
It wouldn't have been right. It wouldn't have been the same.
Right. Somebody had to have that Boston vernacular. Has to know how it's never going to be me, you, and Shang playing Xbox in your fucking living room.
Right, exactly.
And Ben Affleck played that role very well.
He played that role very well. And they made so if you lived in that area, the Holy Grail is Fenway Park.
Yes.
And so we're gonna drop Fenway Park. Right. And what happens? You get jacked and you get busted when you try to fuck with the Holy Grail, which is which is Fenway Park.
Yeah, which is dope. And the guy said we're gonna rob the fucking Vatican. Or did he say the Holy Grail? He said
the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail.
We're gonna do the Holy Grail.
Yeah. But man, what a great movie! I just saw it again, as a matter of fact, and it was just Rob Renner. What's his name?
Bob Renner. Bob Renner? No, something Renner.
Ryan Renner?
Something like that. He's good.
Archer. I mean, he's
Hawkeye.
Yeah,
he's
also the last Jason Bourne.
Yes,
he was last Bourne, not Jason Bourne, but Bourne Identity. He was another soldier.
He was another guy.
Yeah.
But didn't they go back to Matt Damon after him?
Yes. Well, yes, because he was just another.
He was another part of that.
One of those.
It wasn't okay. Okay.
It wasn't replacing Matt Damon, which I liked about that series. I mean, those things have gone up. They've ramped up those Bourne Identities.
Yeah.
Bourne Supremacy.
Well, isn't there a series now?
Is it? Oh, I don't know.
There's the guy from The Office is doing it.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Think.
I'd like to see.
Maybe that's something totally different.
I'd like to see that. Yeah. So I really enjoyed when movies can get it right and really appeal. I will say I saw something that I'm not even sure I want to say I saw it.
Oh Jesus.
And it's again a remake, and whoever greenlit this fucking project, you should be fucking. what do you say? Dysentery. What do you say? Should be given to kids with dysentery or something. Child's Play.
Oh, did you see that? Come on. We said that was bullshit.
Dude. No fucking way. No way. I cannot imagine someone sitting there going, ooh, and oh, I love this scene. Like, oh, what? And this is Orion Pictures. This is like, a big studio.
It's a major studio.
This is not, who did this?
Yeah.
And why? Why do it? There's no Charles Lee Ray. There's no Chucky.
Yeah.
So the whole purpose of Chucky being Chucky was because he was the spirit of Charles Lee Ray.
Yes.
And short for Charles is Chucky.
So they just glossed over that. They just
even the kid, and they use the same kid, Andy. They use the same name as the kid. It's modern. It's fucking iPhone. Chucky.
Right.
It's connected to fucking apps and shit, and you can control a good guy doll, or they call it the buddy doll. It wasn't even a good guy in this one. And what a shit stain for Hollywood. A pure shit stain.
Shit stain on the drawers of Hollywood.
This is pure shit stain, man. I mean, it's not even a cult. It's not even like...
It won't even qualify as a cult classic.
Oh, no.
Child's Play is a cult classic.
This should not...
The original Child's Play is a cult classic.
You know what I'm more mad at? That if you Google it, this comes up.
Ah, that's the first one that comes up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, Google Child's Play, and it's like, no, not that one. The fucking 1985.
The real one.
Yeah, like, come on, man. They should have called it something else. They should have just called it Buddy, the Buddy doll.
The Buddy,
whatever.
right.
Yeah, my buddy.
My new buddy.
Yeah.
My other child. Or something.
First of all, the optics of it were horrible. The face, horrible. The fucking oh man, what shit stain.
A shit stain.
You get the shit stain award.
You get the shit stain award.
Yeah, with few skid marks. Where it's
multiple
like,
skid
where
marks.
It's like how did my ass get over here? Like,
How did my ass get on the side?
Right.
How do I have shit stains on the side of my damn drawers?
That's what you get for this fucking movie. There's no fucking way you get shit on the side. What do you twist your underwear this way and rub your ass in? That's what this movie gets, man. It gets a fucking shit stain award. Unfucking believable. And I watched it like a fucking asshole. And I was so pissed off watching it that I couldn't stop. It was like a train wreck. It was like I couldn't. How does this?
You
fucking
can't
thing,
get off the fucking train.
I can't get off the train. It's like I gotta watch this thing all the way through.
Like there's gotta be some redeeming quality of this fucking thing. And you just get disappointed more and more.
More and more. It sounds like a real shit stain because you got. Listen, that's like you left the house, right? Mm-hmm. You know you got shitty drawers, and you go, "Fuck it, I'll be right back."
Yeah.
You go. You could change. You could take these drawers off, take a quick shower, and you go. It ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad. Yeah, you convince yourself that it's not as bad as it.
That's what these fucking guys did at the studio. Whoever they sat around and looked at this thing and and we can call it and let's play on this again. And unless they could tell me or somebody could print out and say, well, we had a contractual obligation to this movie had to have X amount of whatever we owed the original script writers and we had to redo it again. Tell me something like that. Tell me it was a technical thing that you had to make.
You just had to make the movie.
Yeah, like it was paid for and no harm, no foul. What a fucking
like Prince's last few albums before he was on.
Yeah,
like he did a few just because he was contractually obligated to do a few albums.
Yeah,
so
no love, here. No love in it. No. Yeah. No love inside.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned that they didn't even have the Charles Ray
come on
reference. That's what it was.
That was what it was, and he was a fucking voodoo guy. He learned from prison. The guy taught him how to do swapping souls, and it was supposed to be. The whole thing was, you remember, right?
Yes.
That you swap a soul.
You swap souls.
He was supposed to be into another person, and the fact that he landed in this toy factory was, fuck it, I'll swap souls with this doll.
Right.
See if it works. And it did. And come on, that's what made it so, oh my God, they act like, oh, this is, your doll is just bugging out, and it's a glitch in the Matrix, and, what the fuck? I am so appalled at this.
Well, they're coming out with Child's Play 2.
man. Oh, and he had fucking friends. He had a bear, like a what's the Teddy Ruxpin? It was him, the fucking the bear, and the fucking bear running around. Like he was able to fucking
To incorporate a crew.
Bluetooth fucking other guys, and he fucking hits the Bluetooth symbol and fucking activates this guy, and you see the little red eyes. And, oh,
So they replaced Charles Lee Ray in a sense with technology.
yes,
So technology in itself is evil,
yes.
making it
Yes.
the evil.
Well, a
spirit.
disgruntled employee who did this, a guy at a fucking at the toy factory who does the chips, was mad at his boss. Fucking get to work, you know. He's like, fuck
Was
you.
that dude Charles Lee Ray?
No.
Was his name even
No.
Charles Ray? They could have
No.
solved that
May-
shit
okay,
by
may-
making him Charles Lee Ray.
Maybe it was, and I didn't pay that much
Oh,
attention.
okay.
It was Chinese. It was a Chinese guy.
So
Chong
we're
Ray.
gonna get in trouble for that. So it's
This is true. Fuck up, man. What a fucking
that's a shame.
shit stain.
That's a shame. A shit stain on the side of the fucking underwear,
Yeah.
not even up the ass
Not
crack.
even up the ass.
Not even up the ass
Yeah,
crack.
shit stain in the front of your drawers, and you. That's how bad this was.
Oh shit! Well, I hope they don't fuck up other ones, because there's a few other like the chapter 2 of It is coming out later on in the fall. So I hope they don't. I don't think they will, because
that wasn't bad.
because
That was a good comeback.
That was a great comeback.
Pennywise. That was a good. That was
They
a
changed
good
it up. They changed up. Still,
Yeah.
it was done. It was done nicely.
Huh.
So I don't think they'll fuck that one up.
Fucked up Pet Cemetery.
But yeah, Pet Cemetery was jacked up.
Why did it? I don't get it. I mean, are there no talents in Hollywood anymore? Is there no good writers? Are there no imagination? Are you spawn of these? Are you the spawn of these children who have watched these movies and don't know them? You know, I like even the Beyonce song, right? She has a new Before I Let Go.
Yeah,
She does
like
that
I don't even like. I heard that. I heard that when I was in the gym.
Yeah.
And what I remember are people like the DJs talking about
Right.
it, and like, wait a minute, you're not even gonna reference the fucking Frankie Beverly
Right. Maze, right.
thing, because that's where that song is. That's
100%.
You know, so like she's getting, and maybe I don't see. I think what happens is I think people want to try to introduce these things that are great to new audiences.
Yes. Now,
But I
I would have enjoyed if she referenced it in the song and say, you know, took a class, you know, and pay homage, at least homage to the classic, and say, hey, we did this on purpose, like not try to get the clout and bring back an old song, and now you got kids saying our version is better than yours, you know, and
you get people doing that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead.
Before I let
Yeah.
go. I like it actually. I really like it because
Well, it's the same.
It's energetic. Yes.
It's the same. It brings
you
there's
the
nothing
same-
different
Right.
about it.
Well, we've always said that you can't make these records again. Like, you know, this era of that feel good music, and we've always said that it's so hard to do it again unless you plagiarize it and do it again. You know what I mean? So I guess that's one way.
Maybe that's one way to do it.
That is one way to
Yeah.
do it, and there is the ultimate respect of, you know, I'm sure they paid the money.
Yeah.
Those two have more
Yeah.
money than anything, you know.
And you're right. It does sound good.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And it's a song you like. But unless you do something like what Taylor Swift did with September. Did you hear
No,
this?
What is this?
Taylor Swift did a version of Earth, Wind and Fire September. It's horrible.
Oh.
It's an acoustic version,
Oh.
and it's just god awful.
I don't know a Taylor Swift song.
I don't know one either.
I don't know one song she sings. Like I'm not saying culture, not color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Well,
I don't
she's
know
not
what-
on the like she could her shit could be playing all the time, and I wouldn't know.
Right.
I wouldn't know.
I
what
would
it
not
is.
know a Taylor Swift
You know,
song.
whatever. But yeah, she did one, and I heard it, and it's just yeah. It's not even an attempt to like make it the same thing. Yeah, no, it doesn't have.
Doesn't
that
have the
bounce.
vibe. Doesn't have the vibe.
No, you just hear
Oh,
a
gosh.
strumming guitar.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you remember? Like, what the fuck is this?
Shit stain.
You know, it's my damn wedding song. She's
Right.
she had fucking
You played that in your wedding?
yes.
I don't know.
Everybody came out to September.
Huh. Oddly enough, your wedding was in September.
Right.
You know what I came out to?
The very first night of September.
You know what I came out to at my wedding?
You came out to Get At Me, Dog.
Ooh, Get at me, dog.
Yes.
My wife hates that moment. But it has kept us for 21 years strong. Where my dogs at? For some reason, whatever it was, that record was so hot at the time, and I wanted, to be honest with you, I only wanted him to play the instrumental. And he played the whole fucking
Played the
song.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't find it.
Because I
couldn't find just
Yeah,
Yeah, you came out, you had a cigar in your hand,
Yep.
and yep, I remember that. And your wedding song was For
gosh.
You.
Yes.
Yes.
Kenny Lattimore.
Kenny Lattimore.
Yes.
Mhm.
I do remember.
For
and-
you, I give a
Yes.
lifetime
I was crying my
of
face off.
sincerity.
And oddly enough, a friend of ours, they just went to see Aladdin and with Will Smith.
Oh,
which
my
I
wife
was-
saw that.
Which how she like it?
She was like,
Yeah.
she was.
It's more shit stain.
It's like, yeah. Well, probably not as big as Shit Stain,
Right.
but it's like her response was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, you took on. Now, I'm sure the check was nice.
Yep.
You know, and I'm sure Will Smith had his ideas of what this should be.
Right.
But it's an iconic role. It's Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin.
Yep.
Is one of those things where it's just it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect because it was original, and it was perfect because it was Robin Williams,
Yeah.
and he did a lot of his own thing to it, and so that kind of like defined what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, indeed.
So when you try to redo it again, that's the bar that
big shoes to fill.
you're hitting, and there's huge shoes to fill, and it can be I don't know, it can, it's
Well, I also used that in my wedding video as well. If I don't know if you saw my
yes
wedding video.
yes
Do you
do you trust me?
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, your wedding video is beautiful. I hope you have a digital copy.
I have. I've converted it and somewhere around here.
That's
It's on my
that's
drive
one of the
right now.
longest like the last videotapes I had was that
My wedding.
was your wedding.
Yeah, I think I have that next to our RESPCT in. Save that one for the fucking vault. Yeah,
That was
man,
interesting.
that was fun. Listen, times are, if you the moments that you live, you should be taking advantage of them and using, seeing the world and getting off the block and try to do things and and try to participate
Yeah,
in what the world has.
try
to
to
offer.
participate in what this world
It
has.
is a great place as human beings, and I think we're falling very short of the expectations of humanity.
It really bothers me when I hear people complaining,
Yeah.
like all the fucking time
Right.
about
Life
stuff, about life, and yes, everybody has their struggles.
Sure.
We all got our struggles. You and I have our share of struggles.
Yeah.
But come on, this is a very, very both interesting and great time to be.
It is.
To be
It
in.
is.
I had a dude at work who's Pakistani
Mm.
was complaining about the U.S. and I started getting a little pissed.
Because there's always that easy answer, easy fix, buddy.
That was my, and then I said, well, you're more than welcome to go grab you one of those Pakistani jobs,
Yeah.
and then live the life that you live now.
Right.
He said that's not the point. I said no, that is the point.
It is the point.
It is the point.
I'm not a fan of when people, you're here in this country and you talk about how great it is back home, and right, see, go. Like, why are you here? And,
Go.
Oh, back home you wouldn't see this.
And for some reason, that's always, in my experience, a fucking Haitian.
it's a
it's-
Caribbean.
it's a Caribbean
yeah,
thing.
It's Jamaican, Haitian, and
And I don't get it.
yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it. So you'd rather be in Haiti?
Yeah. That 2 cents of
That-
the two.
this-
Oh, the weather's always mild back, and the fucking sucking the teeth is
Yeah.
is a Caribbean thing.
Grown, but yeah. Like grown, you're 44 years old.
Right.
Why are you
Strips
sucking
and-
your teeth? Okay, yes, the subway's dirty, but you're gonna get fucking cholera in Haiti. So,
Right.
God damn it.
You
I'm
like
just pissed off.
a life of diarrhea.
like a life of dysentery.
Right.
Like you're gonna die of
Right.
this.
Right. You shit in a fucking bucket.
Oh, we just pissed off.
Now
a bunch
you
of
now
Haitians.
you could flush the fucking toilet and it goes away and you don't have to
Oh,
worry
running
about
water.
it. You have
Running water.
Running water.
running water.
How about that?
I can't. Apparently, Long Beach got some fucked up water though.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
That's that like how, like that means you got shit in the water.
Yeah. That means
Like-
one of those pipes that they thought it was going somewhere is
It
just
was
like,
going the wrong place.
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Hey, is this pipe going?" No, that's good.
You know,
That's good. So you mean this big pipe that stinks?
Yeah.
And this other pipe here that smells clean, they should be joining together? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Today's my last day. I retire.
Put the shit. No, I mean we are at a premium of our waste, our waste not want not.
Yeah.
I mean we're beating the shit out of this planet to.
Yeah.
We just think it's unlimited. You could just dump shit. It goes somewhere. Where's the shit go somewhere? It has to, and if we're not more conscious of the recycling methods. I remember when recycling first came out, and it was like, it'll never work. It'll just throw it away.
Yeah.
Just throw it away. And 30 years later, we're seeing the ramifications of it. And it's not good. It's not good.
We could do better.
We can do better.
We
Yes,
can do
we
better.
can all do better.
On all fronts, but you got to start with you.
Yeah. So the things of like the straws, the biodegradable stuff. I think, and I hope in schools they do talk about in Queens there's composting, right?
Yeah.
There's food scraps. You go and they give you a brown container. You're supposed to scrape your food scraps and any leafy branches, compost. And I hope that's what's being taught in schools, like how to survive.
Hopefully, what'll happen is because you and I mean, I wouldn't say it's too late, but we're sort of like ingrained in what our habits are.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna revert back to what our habits are,
Right.
and that's probably not as efficient. But
Right.
hopefully, as younger kids, as they grow up, they grow up into something that's a little bit more efficient.
Like Miles is never going to see a plastic straw.
Good chance, yeah.
He'll see paper straws
Yeah,
only.
paper straws or have your own. I really think it's going to be a thing where everybody will have with them their own, like, metal straw. So you get a drink,
Right.
and then you pull out your own metal straw,
and
then
it's in
feed
your
the straw
wallet.
in,
You
but
got your own
Yeah.
zipper, and you go. Oh, I
It'll
got
be
my-
your own thing.
like a pen.
Yeah.
And you just say, "Fuck it, I got my own."
I got my own straw.
Yeah, like hookah. When you go to different countries, people have their own hookah.
Yes.
They pull out of their bag.
They
Oh,
pull
I
it
got
out.
I got my own fucking hookah, and they plug into your shit.
Plug it into your shit.
Not suck on yours with a tip, Ooh, I got tips.
Yeah.
No, I bring my own fucking hose. Yeah. So that may be, and where was I? I was in Austin, Texas,
Okay.
and I thought it was amazing that people went to the store, like a big box store, like a Big Lots or BJ's or whatever else, and they refilled like detergent. They brought their own jugs.
Ah, yes.
And they pumped it, and they had all their own containers, water, cereals. You bring your bags and you scoop it out, and like farmers market style, like that, That's very sustainable. That's very
There'll be a market for
sustainable.
that, yes.
You will have the ability to have these, refillable stations, like a whole. I can almost imagine a filling station store, like which is what they had. It was just in one section,
Right.
And like the water bottles, you can go and you exchange them, and you bring your own, and
Right.
so that you don't need these plastic jugs all over the place, and
Yeah.
they're just destroying. I don't even know how we got on this topic of being recycled, and when none of us are fucking.
That's the part of having a great conversation. It just
goes.
flows seamlessly into one another. Because
Merrily.
6 minutes ago we were talking about shit stains, and now we're on recyclable plastics. So I don't know how we got there. We'll go back. We'll look at it. We'll see how this happened. But it was seamless.
Oh shit! Merrily down the stream. Yeah. So this is the 4th of July week,
Yes.
right? Coming up.
Yes.
Any plans? You gonna see fireworks, or you gonna go to the beach or something?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna go to the beach sometime this week.
Okay.
I think the 4th of July. Actually, we're gonna be doing nothing.
Okay.
But the week will be, it's give me a day of work. Probably wait for the weekend. But I think in the middle of the week, I think we're gonna head out to the beach.
Nice. Should be fun.
Put Miles in the water for the first time.
Oh,
See what happens. Yeah, he loves the water. He loves the
Has
water.
he been in the pool?
He's been in a little pool. He loves. He got caught in the rain one time.
Oh.
As Teresa was bringing him home, and they just got caught in a rainstorm from like walking to the car, and he loved it.
Splash.
Absolutely loved it. He just loved it.
The gods are speaking to me.
He just loved it.
The conversations are priceless. Cherish those moments. They're
Oh, I got
fantastic.
more to do. I like doing them.
They're fun. At some point he's gonna be a natural orator. Like he will.
Hopefully.
Because he's attentive. He's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how about
I just
that?
love how he responds at times. Like
His response is It's priceless. It is indeed. All right, man. That seems like we're gonna have a bang here, 4th of July.
When you leaving Monday
I
morning?
leave in the morning, and we'll be back Friday evening. 5
You're gonna have some
days.
stories to tell next week.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, actually, one story already, a sad one, is one of the one of the groups that was coming with us is gravely ill and not coming on the trip. I feel bad. They paid all this money and
That's always tough.
yeah, he's in the hospital, not well, and they, so.
Well, bless him. I mean, hopefully he recovers well.
All works well, but
I mean, it's a cruise.
it's a cruise. Yeah,
it's a cruise.
and they've been big supporters of my level 1 group. They've been coming to all our events. They buy tickets. They come everywhere. So hopefully that pans out. But we aim to have a good time, and just
You should have a good
party.
time.
Fucking
The kids going with you?
No kids.
Oh my
No
God.
kids. I don't have kids, man. Grown fucking folks.
Well, yeah.
Ron's been in DC all week. Like he's been.
Oh, is that where he's been? I've been checking out his.
Yeah, he went down
his
to
thing.
DC at this hooky party, something, and he's having a ball. Like he's like a bunch of his friends. They got in the car. It was like, we're going down to DC, which dope.
Good.
Man. Yeah, it's great. And my daughter's been in the lap of luxury because my wife's in Atlanta. She has her car, so she's back and forth at the dancing school because today is their big ISOTA, the Edge School of the Arts, has their grand finale showcase, which they do every year. And they do a fantastic job. The Edge family, Carrie Edge and the Edge sisters, Mama Edge, the Edge School of the Arts. They do a fantastic show. It's damn near. It's 4 hours. I mean, it's a 4-hour show. And it used to be in Brooklyn at the Brooklyn.
Right, I remember the couple times I went to the one in Brooklyn.
Yeah, now it's at York.
Okay.
Which is great. It's here in Queens.
Jeez, around the corner.
Oh man, it's amazing, and free parking. And it's before it was always like, you got to pay $5. They try to find a spot. Find flowers in the middle of the street.
Take the bus if you want.
Yeah,
if you feel like it, or if you want to Uber it, it's just in Queens.
Well, the thing is that it ends so late. It starts at like 6 p.m. call time, and then it ends. You're out of there like 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, And it was always the thing. I remember. It's the build up, but it's a great show. They really put on a good show.
No, they do put on a great show. Yes, they do.
And one time they got some New York One coverage, and they had some press and stuff. So shout out to Edge School of the Arts. I think we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
It is that time.
Okay.
Enjoy your 4th of July, people.
Please enjoy.
Please have a very safe independence.
And listen. I know a lot of people say shit like, well, black people weren't free on the 4th of July. And stuff like that. Yeah. A lot of people say I don't celebrate the 4th of July because when America became independent, they still had slaves. Legit complaint, But understand that
that was 1776.
Under that umbrella, you have to understand that had to take place.
Yep.
For the eventual freedom, which is like a lot of people celebrate Juneteenth.
Yes.
More. They do Juneteenth because Juneteenth was the actual emancipation.
Yes. Which is okay.
Which is okay. So just realize that we're under that umbrella.
I'm always Juneteenth.
We're all you can celebrate Juneteenth and you can celebrate 4th of July.
Well, if they weren't free the year of, they were free the next year on the 4th. I mean, you always had a 4th. There's one every year. It's an independence of the United States, and it's a centennial, right? Is it centennial would be 100 years.
Yeah.
So. This is I don't know the math. 1776 to 2019. What a time to be alive, and you should celebrate regardless. And it's a
celebrate
great time
regardless.
Yeah, just don't put any fucking foil on the grill, and don't use lighter fluid. I can't stand either of those two.
No lighter fluid at all.
No.
I knew you were gonna say that.
No. Squeezing lighter fluid.
Yes.
Burgers taste like gasoline
and whatnot. Fuck, that charcoal.
Get you a nice little chimney or a stack, and you get some air going in there and light a fire, man.
I guess that's the technical part.
Yes. I know. All right, party people. Remember, try to have a blessed week, but more important, be a blessing to someone else.
Or fuck them.
Two Bros Podcast, episode 67. We are out of here. Happy Independence Day, folks.
Mwah!
Peace.